All right, welcome back. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to start creating our first mini hunt. This one is called Outside. It's going to be set up as a scramble, just kind of like the upper level is a scramble. This mini hunt is going to also be a scramble that's inside of it. To look at our kind of roadmap, this is our first mini hunt. There's going to be 4 mini hunts total. Mini hunts are a really great way to organize your content. So these clues, they're all outside the building, they're all related. It's a great way to give a little organizational structure to my hunt. There are 3 mini clues inside the outside mini hunt, brick, sidewalks, and cornerstones. And we're really just focused on the highest level, so the mini hunt level itself. We are going to make some placeholders for those clues, but we're not going to do the details of those. We're going to worry just about the mini hunt level itself, so just like that top box there. Before we kind of get started, this is actually a great opportunity to catch up on a little reading. So in our reading area, we're to the content. Content, you'll notice that actually it's really sneaky. It's got a lot of sub-bullets. Just kind of read the opening section for now. You can pause the video, then come right back. And so this is telling you what to do when you add a new clue. In the reading, you can see you got to choose between a basic clue or a mini hunt clue. We'll probably add more styles someday, but right now there's just the 2. So this is going to be a mini hunt, which is outside. So I'm going to go and add this new clue. So now you can see like the way the UI works is it kind of put us inside of this mini hunt area. Keeping track of these top bars is important. So the content for the whole hunt is here. If I drill down into the outside mini hunt, it brings me to this level. This mini hunt has a title of outside, and then it's got some policies. I'm going to choose for my first policy for outside is I'm going to not let people skip it, right? I don't want people skipping an entire mini hunt, right? I don't even want to give them the button, right? So don't allow them to skip an entire mini hunt. This mini hunt can have an independent policy as far as linear scramble from the parent. For this one, it's going to be the same. Later, we'll do one that's different. It can also have a different answer confirmation policy. Later, we'll do one that's different, but for right now, it's the same. You have the option of letting people continue to solve minis after the meta or not. It just depends on what your puzzle is, whether that makes sense. I am going to allow it in this. And then you've got to pick a default points for the mini clues. I'm going to go with 10, same as I did at the parent level. So the parent level said 10 per clue, and so when you solve this meta, it's worth 10. And then when you solve each mini clue, it's also worth 10. So I just kind of made everything worth 10. Later, we'll do something that's different. So in order to unlock this mini hunt, you've got to go into the start info. We are gonna lock it by default, and people will have to unlock it. I'll start with the solution. So the solution is 2008. You'll see why that's the solution here in a little bit. And I'm gonna add a location for this mini hunt as well. So I'm gonna click on Show Map. And so for showing the map, you can navigate around or you can just type things in again. So I'm just gonna type in again Terre Haute Children's Museum, just because it'll kind of get me into the right ballpark. I'm going to switch over to the satellite view because I kind of like that for whenever I'm like getting really nitpicky. And this clue starts at almost the exact spot as the starting location. So I put the starting location on the door. This one I'm actually going to put like right over here on the corner, right? So that's where this one actually starts at. Again, if you want to use your own spots, that's fine. This time I'm going to choose to give people walking directions. So presumably they're already there. They're no longer driving. I'm going to give them walking directions. And just to show that you can do different things, I'm going to not enforce this one, right? So the GPS location is purely there for the walking directions. And I'm not enforcing it at all. I'm just trying to help them find their location. And that's something you really should consider doing. So help them find their way around. Only enforce it if you need to. But help them find their way around. They'll appreciate it, right? The clue intro text, so how do they unlock this? I'm going to copy it, and then I'll just paste it right in here. So it says, in order to unlock it, find when this building was dedicated. Next, we're going to add an image, but I'm going to click on Save first, and then add an image. So I'm going to go into my Outside folder, and I'm going to find the one that says Outside Mini Hunt Start. And so that's going to be my image for this one. And here the image is to help them. So it's like what's missing from this image. So if you go to the building, it really does have this on the outside, and it says what's missing. So that is to unlock the mini hunt. Once they've unlocked it, then they'll get to see the content for it. Since this is a mini hunt, the content actually kind of looks more like the top level, and then it's got a list of clues, but then it has this new area for like metas and things like that. What we're going to do is we're going to make placeholder mini clues, and then we'll fill out this area on the bottom. So the mini clues, I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to make all the clues first. So I'm just going to say bricks. So I'm going to make that one. Now you can see it's starting to get kind of crazy. So there's content at the hunt level, content at the mini hunt level, and then there's info for this mini clue. I'm going to click on this middle layer here, content, to kind of take me back up. I'm going to go ahead and make all three first. So I've got bricks, and I've got sidewalk. I'm going to say add that mini clue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of click on this middle content again and go back up. And I'm going to add cornerstones. And then I'm going to just go back to the top just to kind of show something. So now I've kind of got my three clues. I chose to do it this way where I created them all just because I'm going to, whenever I implement it, it's going to be nice that they all exist. And then I can kind of implement one thing at a time. Let's go do it, right? So what I want to do for these three placeholders is I want to go into the policies. And then for each one, what I want to do is I want to say, don't allow teams to skip, which is kind of neat. So I'm going to click on save. And if you wanted to allow teams to skip, by all means, let them skip things. I'm going to say, don't allow the skip button. And then I'm going to be sneaky. I'm going to actually, instead of like going to the next thing within this clue, I'm going to click on next mini clue. And you can see that jumped me over to the sidewalk area. So I'm going to say don't allow on that one. I'm going to click on save. And then I'm going to click on next mini clue, and that jumped me over the cornerstones. And I'm going to say don't allow to skip that one either. And I'm going to click on save. This ability to like travel through your hunt, like looking at the same screen, I think it's really handy, right? So now I went through everybody, and I confirmed that they all don't have skipping capability. I'm going to play a similar game for the content. So I'm going to start with the bricks. And I'm just going to say the solution is, and I'm actually going to get that on my clipboard because I'm going to need that part. These are placeholders, so I'm just going to say the solution is F, right? Save that one. For the sidewalks clue, I'm going to say the solution is U. Great. That was number 2. Save that one. Go to the final mini clue. Again, I'm doing this fast, but hopefully you're getting better at these things. The solution is N. So I made 3 clues. They were the solution is F, the solution is U, and the solution is N. Save those. Then I go to the solve info, and I do for bricks. I put in a solution of F. So that one's good for bricks. I say next clue. I'm going to add a solution for sidewalks, which is U. And then I'm going to add a solution for cornerstones, which is N. So to be honest, it's more confusing at first to go through clues in kind of that parallel fashion. But once you get used to it, like you'll really enjoy going through in a parallel way. All right, so we added all of our content for this mini hunt. Admittedly, they were placeholders, but it's kind of neat how quickly you can make 3 clues, so long as they're terrible, right? Mini clues are done for now. We're going to focus on the meta. So the meta is a clue that's kind of like combines all these things. You can show the meta right away if you want. If you show it right away, there's a pre-meta text that won't be shown. Assuming that you only show it after a while, there will be this field that's shown before it's unlocked, right? Just to show you that you can do it, I'm going to unlock it after 2 mini clues. So you don't have to solve all of them, but you have to solve at least 2 before you even can like guess at the meta or see information about the meta. So I've got that set at 2. In a real hunt, I might have set this at 3, but I wanted you to know that you could set it at an interim value. The pre-meta text, I'll just copy paste that in. So it says, solve some mini clues, then come back for information about the meta. For the meta text, I'm just going to paste in there. To solve the meta, take the first letter of each mini clue solution. So when they unlock it, I'm kind of hitting them over the head with it, right? So I'm just saying, take the first letter of each solution. I save that. I could be done there, but I'm going to choose to add an image. I'm going to choose to find the bricks content one. No, not the bricks content, the outside content one. So outside is the name of this mini hunt. And again, this is just purely for looks. I'm going to choose to add same one again. So outside content. You can do things like that if you want, but you certainly don't have to. Great. At that point, we just wrote a mini hunt, right? So we're ready to go test this thing. In order to actually test it, oh, actually, I should probably put a solution on. Need to put a solution on. This would, I'll tell you what, let's just see what would have happened. If I had kept going, I was going to go into summary, and I was going to check my summary to make sure everything was fine. And it would have told me here that outside is missing a solution, right? And I could click on this link, and I could fix it. So I did that intentionally for you so that you would see the value of the summary tab. Just kidding. Let's go test it. Once you're ready to do your test, I recommend that you go ahead and click on Reset Hunt just to make sure you've cleared out any weird state that you may have come from having no clues. So I just made sure I was in a clean state. Also, in order to actually start, you will have to put in the Explore start code again, and you better have GPS enforcement off, or else not much is going to happen. Once you've done that, you should now have an outside mini hunt. So if I click on the outside mini hunt, it successfully shows me the start. You'll notice that there's a Take Me There button, and I could click on Take Me There. It's going to show me walking directions from wherever I'm at to the Terre Haute Children's Museum. You don't want to walk across the country. And then it's going to say Enter Start Code. You'll notice that I have GPS enforcement on, but it still let me pass. And that's because this clue doesn't enforce anything, right? So it's important to just make sure you understand that. Once you unlock this mini, it'll show you like your pre-mini text. So it's like go solve some mini clues. So we'll go see some minis. This one was set up as a scramble, so I could actually solve it in any order. So just to prove that, I'll solve the last one first, and then I'll go solve brick second. Once you've solved two of them, it actually has unlocked the meta, right? So here it's unlocked the meta. Before, there was no solve button, right? But now there's a solve button, and it actually tells me to take the first solution of each one. And so I could go ahead and solve it now, but to be honest, what somebody would really do is they would probably have solved all the minis. So I'm going to go ahead and do it how they're going to really do it and solve all the minis. And then I'm going to solve the meta, which is fun. And that actually is going to finish the hunt for me, right? So I go to the finish page, and I put in the finish code, which is fun for all ages. And then the hunt is completely done. So there you've played the mini hunt. You can still go back in and you can see, kind of what all you did if you just want to kind of like look at it later. But you're done with this thing. Great. So at that point, the mini hunt is ready to go. The only thing that we're going to do next time is we're going to make one of the clues better. We're going to go into this bricks one. So I'm pretty happy with the overall structure of things. The placeholder U and the placeholder N are actually just going to stay. I'm not going to fix them because it's a video series. We're not selling this thing. We're going to come back next time and we're going to fix the bricks clue. All right, we'll see you next time when we do that.